11th of April 2023. In this news flash I'm going to talk about Yemen. I have done 2 Skidmarks on Yemen, and I suggest you go and find them here on my channel because I covered the Yemen issues quite extensively in it. That Yemen war is something that is extremely disturbing to me. Let's get some background. Yemen's war unfolded over several years, beginning with the Arab Spring in 2011. Pro-democracy protesters took to the street in a bid to force President Al-Abed al-Saleh to end his 33-year rule. Now, I'm not going to read the whole thing, I have handled this previously, but in short, they wanted to get rid of that guy that was sitting in the seat of power for 33 years. And then there was a bullshit story about democracy, not really democracy, but elections and things like that. And they eventually then transferred power in November to Vice President Adeb Rabu Mansouri Hadi, paving the way for elections in February in which he was the only candidate. Now, how can that be fair? In any case, the long and the short is that they had that elections and the guys were extremely disturbed about it, the outcome, and the Houthis decided they're going to fight for it. Now, it was a long, bitter fight, and they controlled most of the populated areas. But between the Saudis, the Americans, the French, and the British, and the UAE, they were waging a war against the Houthis. And that country was destroyed. The suffering of the people is enormous. Children were dying of hunger, dying of lack of medicine, because the British blockaded the harbours. Those fucking Brits, they can't keep the rubber ducks off their own coastline, but they can come to Yemen and do what they did there. So the long and the short of it is, if you look at this map, you can see the green is where the Houthis is in control, and then the rest is government control, and there's a little bit of grey areas there for Al-Qaeda and so forth. But the fact is that if you look at the right-hand side of this map, that where there's no green, that is also where the main oil and gas fields are. And that is full of French, British, and American soldiers. So they're doing exactly the same thing they're doing in Syria. They're just stealing their oil and gas. And then the Chinese set that major, let's call it earth-moving, diplomatic reconciliation up between Iran and Saudi. Now, just for the record, the Saudis are fighting for the government, or supposed to be government, against the Houthis in Yemen, and the Iranians are supporting the Houthis. So after the Iranians and the Saudis came to an agreement to re-establish diplomatic ties and sort the shit out between them, the Saudis decided, okay, it's time to call a day on this Yemen thing. And it's important to note that the Saudis did that without consulting the West. They just decided this war must end. And last week, I think it was on Thursday, they said, it's done, we're finished with it. And then there were news reports that said that they will meet in Sana'a with the Yemenis sometime during this coming week. And lo and behold, Monday, bam, you have this. Saudi and Omani delegations are received in Yemeni capital Sana'a for talks on ceasefire to end the brutal conflict. Just like that. And they sitting there. And incidentally, I saw an image They are gathering in the palace that was bombed by the Saudis a few years ago. But in any case, that's not important. The important thing is they're sitting together, they're going to stop this nonsense. What is it going to mean? The Americans, the British, and the French better pack up and fuck off home. They must get out there. And if they don't do that, they're going to struggle. The Arabian world is uniting. The Middle East is no longer the place where the West can walk around and stir shit as far as they go. I'm glad for the Yemeni people that this is now coming to an end. Let's hope that they can now put all their shit aside and focus on bettering the lives of their citizens. I thank you for your support. Please give me a like and a subscribe and share the thing. Thank you.